Well, hello there. Okay, time to run again. Today I want to talk to you about distractions. And what I mean by that is um, ways that I think the enemy gets a lot of people. Um, so I'm going to just share my heart today and be honest. But I do want to share a couple of experiences that I've had that I've noticed that to me fit into this category, and why I am so stubborn. Running out to the garage to check on a couple things. We've got about 7 weeks left, and I'm trying to divvy up my packing. I've got to pack up my office at the church. I've got to pack up the garage. Sharon's doing most of the house, but it starts to feel a little overwhelming, mainly because we don't really have anywhere to start stacking all this stuff. So I want to look at the garage and see what I can move around and maybe start packing some stuff out there to leave. So there's that. To continue my thought from this morning about distractions, let me tell you a little story about how we ended up in Jordan. So in July of 2005, we came on a mission trip up here to Montana. We were on the western side of the state. And God used that time to confirm to Sharon that Montana is where we needed to be. And so we started to look into it. I didn't want to be on the western side of the state. I wanted to be in the eastern side of the state, where things are harder, because that's my calling. And so we started looking in, and Jordan seemed to really, kind of have a lot of what we were looking for as far as, the isolation, the difficulty, a lot of the things that really scare off a lot of other pastors. And so I contacted some different people, and we're good friends now, but Eddie Smith down in Miles City was the director of missions at the time. And they were going to bring me up here to candidate in Jordan. But in his mind, nobody would choose Jordan. So he didn't want to lose the chance of having me in Montana. And so he's like, I want you to candidate at this other church also. So we'll pay the full fare, and you can candidate at both churches. The other church that he wanted us to look at was Terry, and it's on the interstate. It's only 45 minutes from Miles City. A lot more options, and seems like an easier place to minister. And so I told him, sure, whatever. After candidating here in Jordan, we knew without a doubt Jordan is where we're going to go. But we still went down there and spoke in that church, and both of them extended a call to me. But we knew that Jordan is where we wanted to be. And I'll only tell you that story to say this: that a lot of times there's distractions, and I'm firmly after we prayed up and down the Outer Banks, I'm firmly set on Avon is where God wants us to be. But there's distractions. I've been offered a couple of other churches. I've been, given opportunities to maybe interim in a different place while I'm waiting, because it is so hard to get in at Avon. And there's just a lot of things coming up. And I never hold a grudge against people who offer those alternatives or different things of thinking, because honestly, that's, that they've dealt with people that do give up and leave when it starts to get hard. But they don't know KJ, and I thrive in the hard places. And so no matter what it takes, we're going to Avon. The packing has started. We are down at the church. Sharon needed to get ready for worship practice and all that good stuff. And I have started packing up the office. I've got a few boxes of books and most of my premium Bibles. This is where I kept my premium Bibles. So getting all that stuff packed up, I've still got to get all the rest of my Bibles and all my pretties and stuff packaged. I don't know how many boxes we're going to have here in the office. So yeah, distractions. There's several that have popped up. Several offers to pastor other churches. If I wanted to just keep pastoring a church, which is a very good thing, I would just stay here. I love it here. I love the church here. I love the community here. I would just stay here. But God's calling on my life is to do the hard things and maybe go to a place that doesn't have a church. So that's where we're going. So yeah, the distractions do pop up. Every so often the enemy tempts me to just go get a job and not worry about this ministry thing. But I was reading a book today that really kind of helped me. And it was based off of a verse. Their challenge was based off of a verse in Galatians where it says, "With the Spirit is doing, why do you now turn to doing it in your own means?" And that really kind of challenged me. I don't see a logical way for this to happen other than God does something. And I've told a lot of people, I just expect God stories. I expect God to show up and do something that I can't explain and I can't teach you how to replicate, other than trusting in Him and seeing what God does. So yeah, that's my thought on distractions. I'm just going to keep focused on what God's called us to do and keep at it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.